I think one of the things that people don't realize about Pipedrive when you have deals in your pipeline is that you can support them with highly personalized email marketing in order to help your sales reps close deals faster. Also, by combining all of your marketing analytics and your deal data, you can start to see which email marketing campaigns, which Google ad campaigns help you create and win more deals. So in this video, I'm going to take you on a tour of Pipedrive for Autopilot and show you how you can add your Pipedrive data into Autopilot's customer data platform and all of the powerful things that unlocks. So if you're watching this video, it's likely you've already got an Autopilot account. So you may have already connected Pipedrive to your Autopilot account as part of the setup wizard. But if you haven't got an Autopilot account yet, or you haven't connected Pipedrive to your account, I'll show you quickly two different ways of getting that done. So the first is to just head over to the Pipedrive marketplace here and click the green button, install now, to install Autopilot into your Pipedrive account. And if you don't already have an Autopilot account, you'll be able to sign up through this process. The second way is if you have an existing Autopilot account, you can go down to data sources under customer data and then click new data source, select Pipedrive, and then click getting started. So this screen just shows you the activities that Pipedrive will add to your Autopilot account when you connect, and you can go ahead and click connect. And then we'll just have to authorize the permissions for this account. Now, I'm already logged into an existing Pipedrive account, so that's why it just skips to the permission step. But if you're not logged in, you'll need to log into your account first. And remember here, it's important to be the owner or an administrator of the account. If you connect as a user level, some of the features won't work correctly. So click allow and install, and the application will authorize and it'll say syncing your data. Now, if you have custom fields, there's a custom field step, and you can choose up to 50 custom fields from Pipedrive to sync over to your Autopilot account. So you'll see that you've now got the Pipedrive data source connected into your Autopilot account. You might also see syncing here. So if you have a lot of records in your account, it may take a little bit of time to sync, but you can keep using your account while the sync is in progress. The other thing to note is we send you an email when the sync is complete. So if you'd rather wait until it's finished, you can just exit Autopilot and wait until you receive that email. The other data source that I've already set up and have connected to my website is the tracking code. And the tracking code allows me to do three things. The first is it allows you to track website and user behavior on your website. So for example, if someone that you have an open deal with goes and visits your pricing page, you'll be able to see that right from Autopilot and take action on that activity. The second thing is it allows you to cross-pollinate your website analytics with your Pipedrive data as well. So you can see everything from if someone clicks on an advertising campaign you have in Google, as I mentioned earlier, whether you then go on to create a deal from that person coming in from that campaign. So it's incredibly powerful. So I'd highly recommend you get this tracking code on every page of your website. And the third thing it enables you to do is add what we call capture widgets to your website. So these are things like pop-ups and forms that you can create for your website to either capture subscribers or capture attention from browsers on your website. So I highly recommend setting the tracking code up as well and getting both of those data sources connected. Now, you can also import new records from a CSV as well. So you can, under data sources, click new data source and import from a spreadsheet. You could import or connect to your Facebook account as well, and that would allow you to get things like Facebook lead ads in. And you can also connect to Zapier. So the more information you connect about your customers, the more personalized experiences you'll be able to develop and the more targeted you'll be able to be. So let's talk through the customer data model that Autopilot builds out and this customer data platform and how it can be used to personalize your marketing. So under activities, this is how Autopilot tracks all of the activity that people that are either browsing your website or interacting with your campaigns are
are doing. So you can see when they open emails, you can see when they click emails, when they react to emails. So this allows us to measure sentiment. This is an optional option in emails. You can have these email reactions and people can respond to your emails to tell you if they enjoy the content or not. Below this, you can see things like unsubscribe and subscribe events as well. But if you scroll down, you'll also see the activities that the Pipedrive data source adds into your account. And these are things like when you win a deal, when you create a deal, or when a note is added to maybe a deal or a person. So you can track all this information in Autopilot and not only use it in reporting, but also use it to trigger automated campaigns as well. So under audiences, you'll find these template audiences that are built out automatically for you after you connect to Pipedrive. And these help you understand the customer lifecycle, but you can also create your own audiences as well. So let's take a look at the default audiences Autopilot creates for you. So we have our subscribers, we have engaged subscribers, slipping subscribers, we've got customers, repeat customers, slipping customers, new deals, and this is new deals that were created in the last 90 days, engaged deals. And so if we click into engaged deals, you'll see how someone becomes a member of this audience. So they've got to have at least had a one or more deals created in the last 90 days. The deal hasn't been lost, the deal hasn't been won. And they've also got to have had at least one user session on your website in the last 30 days. So they've got to show interest in your business, or the deal has been updated more than 2 times in the last 30 days. So the sales rep's working on the deal, so it's an engaged and active deal. So these audiences really, if you think about them like meals, and if you think about the automated playbook campaigns in Autopilot as like wine pairings with those meals. So what you're looking to do is either expand or contract these audiences. So for example, we might want to expand our customer audience because we want more customers. We want to expand our new deals audience because we want to get more and more deals. And we want to contract our slipping deals because these are deals that either haven't had a lot of activity or aren't showing any intent or interest in our business. So we want to make that audience smaller and smaller. So that's the best way to think of audiences. Now, you can also use audiences in the preference center. So if you have, a customer audience here, that's a great example. You'll see under setup, it's enabled under subscription. So it'll show up in the email preference center. And you can also give it a public description as well. So what the person's subscribing to in the preference center. So they'll be able to subscribe and unsubscribe from this audience. You can also sync the audiences to Facebook ads, and that allows you to retarget or do lookalike targeting on these audiences. So for example, under your new deals audience, you might want to sync this with Facebook to try and do some lookalike targeting so you can find other potential customers and obviously over time get more and more deals. And there's a treasure trove of information you can learn in here about each audience, like when that audience is most likely to open an email, where they're located, and various other interesting information. So we automatically sync all of your organizations as well. You can see I don't have many organizations created in my Pipedrive account, but your organizations will be synced in here as well. You can customize the fields in here. So you'll see all of your Pipedrive organization fields in here as well. And you can easily add them in here. You can move around these fields and customize them how you wish. Under people, you'll see all of the people directly matching the people that you have in Pipedrive as well. And you can customize this view as well. So under here, you can say, maybe you want like the phone number in here of those records, and you can drag that around and expand it out. And you'll see the little Pipedrive icon next to the phone. And this is just showing that the phone number comes directly from the Pipedrive data source. So this is directly reading from Pipedrive. So under filters, you can easily filter these people to build audiences, or just send a campaign to a particular segment of people. So under filter, this is the best way to look at the power of a customer data platform. So
you have the people and organization objects that are built into Autopilot. You've got the Pipedrive person and organization objects, and these just allow you to directly click in and see all of your fields from your Pipedrive account right in Autopilot. So you can use them to segment and see, for example, phone has any value, just to see all the people that have a phone number, for example. You can also filter by those Pipedrive activities. So you can just say, I want to see all the people we've ever won a deal for. So you can say deal 1, has or has not occurred. We'll say has occurred. And you'll see I've got one match. I've won one deal. So that's just a quick introduction to filters. But obviously you can do some really powerful things in here as well. You could say, I want to see how many deals were created in the last 30 days, or has a new deal occurred, and so on and so forth. How much deal activity is occurring, where the owner of the deal is, blah. As I said earlier, you can also look at website session data. So you could say website session has occurred, where a UTM campaign source was X, and also a new deal has been created here. So you can cross-pollinate that website user session tracking all the way through to a deal in here as well, and it'll give you a result. So that's just a basic introduction of filters. Now, if you find an audience that you want to manage over time, you can click Save as Audience, give the audience a name, choose a relevant icon for the audience, and then decide whether it'll show up in the Preference Center or you want to sync it with Facebook ads as well. Now, you don't need to save an audience to send a campaign. If you find a filter or a segment of people in here that you want to target, you can just simply click New Campaign. So let's look at creating our first campaign using some of our Pipedrive data, and I'll show you how to use actions with Pipedrive here as well. So just to show you a scenario, I have this fictitious website called Finance One, and the main call to action on the website is this book a consultation. Now, you don't have to build out your form in Autopilot. As long as you can get the form data into Autopilot, it doesn't really matter what you use, but I just used it in this case for ease. So when they fill in this book a consultation form, what I want to do is send them a follow-up email and then route them to my sales team and create a deal and handle all of that process side in Pipedrive. So over in campaigns, if I go into this playbook that I've already created called consultation follow-up, I'm able to see a few things. People will enter this playbook, which is an automated campaign, when they submit the form consultation. And you'll see here, I'm attributing the success of this playbook to winning a deal. So I'll be able to see the effectiveness of the emails I create in this on winning a deal. And I've got one message in here already, which we can click into. And I haven't filled this email out yet, but it would say, thanks for booking on our website. Someone will be in touch soon. And just a nice follow-up email in general here. But what I really want to do is control the workflow in Pipedrive, and that's what actions over here in the playbook allow us to do. So we'll click into actions and select new action. And then we can tab over and see all of the Pipedrive actions. And these are actions that are added when we connect the data source. So the first thing I want to do is add a deal. So I'll select add a deal, click next, and I can now put in a deal name. So what I want to do is use the name of the person who fills in the consultation form, just so it's easy to see in Autopilot. So I'm going to select field person, we'll select first name and click save. And then we'll also select the last name as well. And we'll say financial consultation because that's what they want. I can select from any of the pipelines that I have created in Pipedrive. I only have one, so it's just the default one. I'll select it. And then the deal value, I can put a $0 value in here. You don't have to enter a value, but my standard consultation is $1.99, so I'm going to enter that in, and I'll select the currency USD. Then you can select a default deal stage for this, and I'll put it in my qualified stage because it's a direct lead from the website, which is qualified. But obviously these will adapt to whatever stages you have in your own pipeline. And then with deal status, I'm just going to select open because
it's a brand new deal. And then owner, I only have one person in my account, so I'll select myself. Now, if you're adding something where an owner might already exist, or you've got a routing rule, you can just select current owner, and then it will just adhere to whatever the current owner is in Pipedrive, so it won't interfere with any rules that you've got set up. So I'll click create, and what's going to happen here by default is the actions pause because I've got this playbook switched on. It doesn't want to just make it live immediately in case I've done something wrong. But you can see when people enter now and fill in this form, we're going to fire off this action to create a deal. So I'm going to go ahead and hit resume, and that'll go live. So the second Pipedrive action I want to create here is adding a note to the deal, because I want to tell them about what this person's interested in from filling in that form. So I'll select add a note. There's an option here, also add note to latest deal. So I'll check that because I want the note added to the deal. So when my sales reps are looking, they can see the information on this note against the deal. And then on the note here, I'm going to put the financial goal. And this is something that we collect in the form. And I'll just take you back and show you what that is. So in this form, they can select a financial goal, financial independence, early retirement. So that's this information here that I want to send through to Pipedrive. So I'll say financial goal. Really, that's all I want to put in here. And I'll put make sure you call them soon. And I might just prefix this with goals just so it makes sense to them. So it's just a nice way of adding a note in from marketing or just from the owner of the business saying, hey, these are the instructions of how to handle this particular deal. It's just a great way to automate the process. So I'll go in here and click create. And then now we have the note added after the deal. And all of these actions are going to occur when they enter this playbook. And you can see here it says people enter when people enter, add a deal, and add a note. Okay, so to sum this up, we're now sending them a message after they complete the form on our website, responding to them trying to book a consultation with us, saying, hey, thanks for filling in the form. You'll hear from us soon. And then I'm creating a deal in Pipedrive and adding a note to that deal to inform my sales team of exactly what the goal of that person is and what they should do next. So that's my playbook ready to go, and it's switched on so it will immediately work. So that's just an example of an automated playbook in Autopilot that you can set up. Now you can also set up email campaigns in here as well. So for example, anyone in your deal pipeline, you could send a one-time announcement to, like a promotional email. You can do A/B testing in there and test based on whether the email contributes to helping you close more deals or not. And we have other campaign types coming soon, like SMS and journeys. And by the time you might be watching this video, they may very well be live. So that's just a quick introduction and look at campaigns. Now I'm going to test that campaign in a minute and actually show you how it all works. But I do just want to show you a few more things about the Pipedrive integration first. So let's head over to reports. In reporting, I can create reports from scratch, or I can choose to create reports from a template. And reports can help you report on not only like open rates and where people are visiting your website from, but they can also access all of that Pipedrive information in your account. So if you wanted to see something like how many deals were won by the owner, you could choose this report. How much revenue you're making, you could choose this report. And there's a bunch of default reports set up here as well. So I could use this funnel example here, deal conversion rate funnel. And I can see these are all the new deals that were created and how many deals were won in the last 30 days. So my conversion rate is 11%. So that's just an example of a report. But let's create one from scratch just to show you how it works. So I can pick a type of report I want to create. I'll pick a column chart here. And then I can select from all of my Pipedrive activities. So if I just wanted to see new deal creation, I can see that there's been a couple of deals created in the last few days. I could organize that by weeks or months if I wanted, and days. I can display values so I can see exactly how many deals have been added. Now let's, as an example, imagine we want to see these deals
by the amount of potential revenue that they could bring into our business. So under aggregate by here, you can choose sum of attribute, and it'll default to the value of the deal here, and then it will sum up the total value of all of those deals. So now we can see in this given week, we've generated $2,680 of pipeline in new deals. Now, we might want to add some arguments to this. For example, we might want to make sure, or we might want to look and see if they're at a certain stage in the pipeline. We also might want to exclude by status in that week. So you could say is not one, so make sure they're open deals that you're looking at. And then you can do other things like you can group by an attribute. And in this case, I'm grouping by company, and you can see there's only 2 different companies set up in here. But you can also do it by organization or owner here. And so you can see I've got 2 sales reps in here, me and Mike Funkster, and you can see the pipeline creation by the 2 different sales reps here as well. So that's just an example of a chart you can create. And you can share these with your team, so you can create these share links. They don't have to have a login to Autopilot, and they can go and see these reports. But you can also pin them to dashboards as well. So you could create a key metrics dashboard here and pin it to that dashboard. And that's a good segue into dashboards, because we can come over here now and see this on a dashboard. Now, for this particular dashboard, you also might want to set some goals as well for your Pipedrive account. So under reports, we can go in a new report, and we'll just create a revenue metric here. So this is our total revenue from all won deals. And under goals here, you can set a goal. So we could say our goal is, say, 5,000, and we'll go ahead and create it. And then we'll also pin it to our key metrics dashboard. So now in our dashboard, we've got our revenue goal of 1 deals of $899 here. And then you can see the deal creation by sales reps. So you can see how easy it is to work with your data. And as I said earlier, you can cross-pollinate this data by looking at everything from an email campaign that you send out to revenue created and deal creation. We also have some great templates built in as well for dashboards. So when you click new dashboard, you'll see that you've got dashboards like website analytics, campaign performance, and this can be a replacement for Google Analytics as well. But under Pipedrive, you'll see 2 very specific dashboards for Pipedrive. So you've got this performance one here, which is an overall view of your Pipedrive metrics and how your marketing campaigns in Autopilot are contributing to those metrics. But then you've also got just this helpful Pipedrive summary dashboard. Now, I don't have a lot of data in my account, so it's not going to look that great, but in yours, I'm sure it'll look a lot better. But you can see here, I've got 9 deals created the last 30 days. I've done $899 in revenue. I've only closed 1 deal, so my average 1 deal size is $899. I'm the leading salesperson, which is great. And you can see deals by stage here. So this is just a breakdown of the deals by stage. Revenue won over time, the average sale price over time, where I'm winning deals by location, and so on and so forth. So there's a treasure trove of data in here. And hopefully it gets the point across that having this customer data platform, powerful analytics and reporting, and all of that customer data in one place is going to allow you to answer a lot of questions about all of that data and find out what's working for you and not and what is not working for you. You can even put these dashboards up on a TV screen in your office if you're still working in an office these days. So you can turn the a dashboard version on for your television, and you can also share it with your team. So if you want to come in here and set goals and share it with your team, or share it with your board members even, you can do that from the dashboarding in here. The final thing I'll quickly show you is just that form creation aspect. So you can see the book a consultation form I was able to create in here, and it gives me the form code that I can paste on my website. But there's also different widgets that you can create in here for your website. So you can put a bar at the top of your website. You can use pop-ups to capture new subscribers. You can do full takeovers on your website. And these are just different ways of getting new leads and creating new deals to grow your business. So there's a lot of great widgets that you can create in here. and then easily follow up. So the final thing I want to show you is that book a consultation process, and we'll look at the automated deal creation in here. So let's go ahead and fill it in. I'll fill it in as a test person here. I'll put my financial goal is early retirement, because who doesn't want that? And we'll click book a consultation. Now, back over in Autopilot, we'll be able to start to see this all coming together. So under activity of this form here, you can see that this particular person submitted the form and selected early retirement. So I can see that data has come in here. And then if I click under this person, it's a good segue in to show you the individual contact profiles in Autopilot. So you can see here information about the person, where they were last seen. And then down here, you can see all the information we have in Pipedrive about them. Now, obviously we don't have any yet because we haven't set up an action to send them over to Pipedrive, but it just shows you how you can customize the view in here, but also see all of the data that you connect into Autopilot. So let's now head out of this, go over to our campaign and see that in action here as well. So we can see here that Elizabeth entered the playbook, and we've got details of that. So we can now see that the deals appeared in Pipedrive under our qualified stage. We can click into the deal and see that it was set up for $199. And in a moment here, we'll see the note come in to our salesperson attached to this deal. So you can see just how easy it is to get from a form on your website, send out an email, and get this deal to land in Pipedrive and have all of this automatically orchestrating your sales process for you. All right, so that completes this getting started walkthrough for Pipedrive for Autopilot. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I post 2 videos like this on my YouTube channel every week. So if you're interested in seeing more videos like this and learning more about B2B marketing in particular with Autopilot, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It helps others find out about the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.